because we in some places we sold a lot more tickets than we were expecting to. Like in Chicago, for example, there was like a bug on the ticket website, and they oversold it by a ton. So then we ended up in this like big ass theater, which we had no business being in, and so I mean it was fucking incredible, but also unbelievably stressful. For someone who like me who doesn't have like a ton of experience on stage. But I want to thank you if you came out to one of those shows in the beginning of the year. Some of them were fantastic. Some of them were weird. But, every show allowed us the opportunity to make the show better and to find our footing more on stage. And that's something that we didn't take for granted and something that we will never take for granted as long as, people will come see us live. A lot of people at the shows would tell me that they've been following me since Vine. Since I started making videos on Vine, which was like 6 years ago probably, which truly means the world to me. It really does. I know how fleeting everything is now, especially with the way media is right now. And so if you stuck with me, that really means the world to me. And if you're into that sort of thing, I don't fucking care actually. Sorry, I was being too sincere there for a second. I got the flu, like mid-tour, which, god damn it, now I know why everyone makes a big fucking deal out of it all the time. It sucks. That shit sucks. Would not recommend getting the flu at all. If you're thinking about it, I would say don't even do it. Go to New Orleans. That was fun. That was a great part of the tour. New Orleans. What a fantastic city. A lot of alcohol there. But do not get the flu. I'm telling you, not worth it at all. So then after that was done, Kelsey and I went to, we ended up vacationing on a little rock in the middle of the ocean. And then we went back on tour because I guess I missed some shows. That tour, I was like a little bit more health conscious, I was eating right. I was drinking a lot of water. I was doing yoga. No, I'm kidding. It was Pilates. And while we were out, we linked with the pioneer of Blue Ass Water himself, Crea Tyler. And we did a podcast with him for the people on Patreon. And I gotta say, nice kid. Nice kid. He gave me a hoodie. Shout out to you, Crea. Appreciate you. And then, this happened. And then Kelsey and I finished all 9 seasons of The Office, which we've been working on that for the whole year. And honestly, this is a defining moment in my year. That's why I bring it up. Because I cried so hard. The hardest I've cried in maybe ever. I cried like a small child that had just dropped their ice cream. I cried like a little bitch. I wept real tears. Ask Kelsey. It fucked me up for like a week. I swear to God. Tell me, people who have watched that show, please tell me if you felt the same way. I was emotionally drained. I'm being serious. And then Noel and I went to the studio and we made Walkman, the song, which catapulted us into TikTok stardom. And then ever since then, we just kind of sit back and collect that sweet TikTok money, baby. No, I'm kidding about the TikTok money, but it is kind of funny that I made, 2 whole videos just shitting on TikTok. One about how I had beef with TikTok. And then TikTok ends up being the whole reason why that song has almost 30 million streams, I think, in 6 months. If you had told me that while I was on the mic recording I'm a Fat Man, that song would hit 30 million streams in half a year, I would have said, yeah, I know, because that's a fucking bar. Shout out to Noel for directing and editing the video, and shout out to Christian for making this song an absolute slapperino. And then I went to Costa Rica, which great place, fantastic place. I remember feeling really bloated because I ate too much while I was there. I vlogged the whole thing, and I remember I was feeling like shit, and then I read a comment that said, "You look really swollen." And I was like, yeah, that confirms it. Maybe that should be a goal for me this year, not being as swollen all the time. And then we made Short King's anthem, and we sent it to Black Bear, and he sent us back, 2 weeks later, sent us back this beautiful, perfect hook. And then he invited us to film the video with him on stage, performing the song in Pittsburgh, I think. So we flew out there with Nima, shout out Nima. And that was surreal, man. And I want to, say thanks to Black Bear for making us feel like legitimate pop stars, even though being a TikTok star already, I was used to that sort of shit anyways. And then we went on another little tour in the Midwest, and that one was fun because we got to do a show in a church in a church. I got to say swear words in a church. I said them all. Crap, piss, you name it. I said it. But I made sure to confess for all of them at the end. Then, rested, made some more videos. We went to the Bahamas at the end of that. Thank you to Austin for inviting us. We appreciate you. And then Kelsey and I went back to Hawaii because we just can't stay away from that little rock in the middle of the ocean. Then we came back and Noelle and I went to the Kombucha Lair and we met the man himself, GT Dave. And I'm mentioning that because, first of all, I want to shout out GT for inviting us over and for helping us make that video so funny. The owl, that whole thing, that was all his idea. He did that, and so thank you. And I'm also mentioning that because I think that style of video could potentially be good in the future. You know, I don't know, sitting in front of my computer, it's getting a little old to me. So maybe going out and doing things would be cool. You know, maybe I'll just fucking rip off Shane Dawson's format. You know, maybe I'll do a documentary about me going and getting rid of the trash bags that are always behind me in that fucking room. Maybe that'll be the first series. And then we toured Canada, my home country, and you beautiful motherfuckers, you showed up for every show. Did 2 shows in my home city, a few shows in Toronto. And as part of that tour, we did Outside Lands we got to perform at, and we got to perform at the Montreal Comedy Festival. An absolute honor to be on stage at both of those places. Although I think at Outside Lands, half the audience was on Molly, so that was fun. Then, September came and we filmed Real Bros Season 3, which is coming out very soon. I can't say exactly when, but it's winter of 2020, so soon. And I want to shout out Jimmy and Christian for making that show so damn funny, you know? I'm not the greatest actor yet, but they make it so easy by just writing the funniest shit and then saying, all right, say this. And then I just say it. That's it, you know? And just working with everyone on that show, fucking Nick, Peter, Tanner, everyone, Jimmy, Christian, all the girls, amazing. Really, everyone's so talented, and so shout out to all of you. Doing that was one of the honest highlights of the year, and makes me want to do my own show one day. Who knows? Maybe it'll be about trash bags. That's the only idea I have top of brain right now. Acting, bitch, learn about it. And then Kelsey and I celebrated our 2-year anniversary. Shout out to you, Kelsey, for making my life way better. And we went to Disneyland together. You know, the happiest place on earth. And then we went back on tour for another month. And I hit 4 million subs around this time. And then we signed a damn record deal. How's that for simulation shit? A big shout out to David and Matt. Thank you for believing in the Tiny Meat Gang. And then I turned 29, and then Kelsey and I got a dog. A real good boy. He's a fucking man. He really is. He's a nightmare. But he's a man. And I love him. As much as you can love a nightmare. No, he's great. For a piece of shit. Okay. No, he's great. It's just, it's a puppy. It's a lot of work. But it's awesome. It really is. I highly recommend getting a dog. Flu? Do not recommend that. Again, just want to reiterate. Dog? Recommend. Dog with the flu? That sounds like it would be tough and stressful. Don't recommend that. Anyways, that's enough. I think I probably missed a whole bunch of shit, but whatever. That's enough for me to go back and watch this and be like, oh, I went to Disneyland? Sick. Shout out to, everyone that I worked with this year. Shout out to touring team. You guys all fucking rule. And lastly, shout out to you guys. Thank you for supporting me this year and the years prior. I truly appreciate it. I really do. I know a lot of this year was focused on doing live stuff, which was amazing and very fulfilling. But I think this coming year maybe is going to be more heads down, creating shit again. As soon as I get rid of those fucking trash bags. Videos, music, acting, the podcast will keep evolving, and we have ideas for other podcasts that we maybe want to start producing and stuff. I don't know. I want to just keep making stuff and having fun and hopefully keeping you entertained. Personal goal for me this year is I want to start making more music, but like producing music. I've been doing it a lot recently. I really like it, so I want to keep going with that. We're heading to Australia, New Zealand, and Europe in February, so I'll see you all there over the old pond. And if you want to spend New Year's Eve with us in DC, you can. Still tickets available for that show, tinymeattour.com. And last but not least, Thank you for a fantastic